Hello, everybody. Wanted to talk about some things. Um, I deleted a lot of the comments on my last video because people just want to get nasty. I don't deal with nasty, so I delete you. Also, a lot of people were on there saying stuff like, well, since your place is so corrupt or you feel like it's so corrupt, then move. No, I shouldn't have to move. My family's land has been here for generations, and that's what I live on, and I'm not moving, and my family's not moving. We're going to change the laws is what we're going to do. We're going to work on taking some of our power back. That's what we're going to do. Nobody has to move. And then I got comments about proof of corruption. Well, one of the things of proof of corruption was, I hate to keep going back to the Freeman video, but let's be real. Somebody had commented that, oh, he broke the law. Well, he was outside of the city limits. He was firing a registered firearm into a target. None of that sounds illegal to me. But the officer, you can clearly see on the video, knocks on the door and pepper sprays him within 30 seconds and then starts tasing him. That was illegal. No one should be abused by cops like that. And then there's me. I was almost killed by that same cop. In the jail. I shouldn't have been there. I was a victim of a domestic violence. I had staples in my head. I should have been there. After, it was like the next 24 hours, I got released. The cops, one of the cops called my family to get me out because I shouldn't have been there. And everything was dropped. I was the victim. I was hurt. And I was put in jail. And then I've talked about that other case. It's in Kentucky, but or sitting in jail without a bench warrant. Without a warrant. But they pick you up on a warrant that you don't have because you call to get help for a family member. I had proof. I had paperwork to prove. But my civil rights were clearly violated from the beginning. Them pulling up at my house at the scene for me calling about a family member that is clearly overdosing and all they're worried about is getting IDs. So that's not right. That's not right. I'm going to leave some names out and I'm going to tell a couple more stories. So a friend of mine got pulled over. Her license were not suspended. They were expired. It had been a day or two. And she admits that she shouldn't have been driving. She asked the officer if they had to tow her vehicle, and he said yes. He didn't have to tow her vehicle. There was someone there that could have taken it. He didn't have to tow it. But he did. However, her car only sat there for 7 days, not even 7 days, and was sold at auction. When she went to go ask about it, they got her for contempt of court and charged her $500 more. That's not legal. Just for her asking, why did you sell my car before giving me a chance to come and pay it? Why did you do that? You're in contempt of court. I'm going to get into some other things too. someone had asked or made the comment. I kept that comment up and I was a smart ass to them, but they said that my video didn't go as planned. I'm not doing this for popularity. I could care less if you like it, share it, or subscribe. I do appreciate the people that are subscribed and that follow my content. This channel was never meant to go in this direction, and it probably won't be in this direction all the time. There's other things I like to talk about, and I just post whenever I feel like something needs to be shared. I do talk a lot about spirituality, and to me, that stuff kind of goes hand in hand with this, because the way that they have controlled the religious system is the way they got control of us. It's the way they got their control to be able to control us, to keep us dumbed down, to keep us from realizing that they're taking our laws, or taking our rights away by law, creating laws that they came up with because they created fear. Like, they pumped fear to us. Just like what's going on with that school shooting. I mean, it breaks my heart. I hate it that little kids got hurt and killed, but they have a video of this guy going from, he's walking up to the school with the guns in his hands, and no one shot him. These parents were outside of the school, and they're getting harassed and cuffed and you name it, like, while their kids are getting killed. These cops took a vow to protect and serve, but they're only protecting and serving themselves. And now they want you and everybody else to agree to more laws for what? Officers to do what? To get more officers in there to do what? What they did there, which was nothing. They did nothing, absolutely nothing. But we need to pay more taxes to get them in, to get more of them there, so that the next time it happens, they sit there again and say they're not going in so that they don't get killed or they don't get shot or hurt. I have no fear. I would have went right in. I have no fear. I don't know why I don't have fear, and I would have went right in. I've ran in front of things for kids and animals before. I would do it again. I don't know. So, the other thing I want to talk about is rehabs. Lawrence County has, let's see how many rehabs. Let's see, they have Land of Goshen Treatment Center Incorporated is a drug and alcohol rehabilitation center in Lawrence County. It's number 1. Ironton Lawrence County Community Action 2. Steps of Recovery 3. Lawrence County Recovery is 4. Mended Reeds is 5. There's one in Aid, that's 6. New Beginnings, I already said that one, didn't I? 8. Nine rehabs. That's not all of them. That's not all of them. But the reason I want to talk about rehabs is I have a family member that's working on rehab number 9, and they still have not found this person's mental illness that they have had since they were 14 years old. And she keeps denying the illness because of being afraid of being told that, they're crazy or looked down upon. When in actuality, our neurosensors in our brains can redevelop and regrow by changing the way you think, by taking away drugs or alcohol for 18 months. It takes about 18 months to heal a neurosensor in your brain. I already said changing the way you think. And actively changing your behaviors. So, like, if you have a negative thought, you would replace that with 2 positive thoughts, and then you've reprogrammed a thought. You have to continue doing this to do that. So that's why they offer behavioral modification and all this other crap. But the thing is, they don't want to tell you, when they tell you you have a mental illness, that it's not a lifetime thing. It doesn't have to be a lifetime thing. You can actually help heal yourself depending on your thinking and your beliefs. Your beliefs have a lot to do with it. If you change a belief, you change a neurosensor pathway in your brain. If it's not working, that's the very definition of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So we're on number 9, and you're doing the same thing, but you're expecting a different result, but nothing's changed. Nothing changes. You're not getting addressed the right way. And then let's get to the billing part of it. So if you want to go for 7 days and you don't have insurance, that's $6,000, and you have to have the money up front. If you want to go for 14 days, that's about $12,000. Okay, and you have to have the money up front. Again, it gets cheaper as you go. If you go for 30 days, it's $24,000. And so if you figure that up, it's about they say it's about $68,000 for 90 days. Because like I said, it gets cheaper as you go. So if you get kicked out before the 90 days is up, if that's what you signed up for, you can go to another rehab and it'll start all over again. Who can afford that? Who can afford that? No one. Can anybody afford that? But if you got a medical card, that covers all your costs. And so that explains why when you go and say you get pulled over and they find a joint on you and you don't have a medical marijuana card, you're an addict and you're gone. Or alcohol abuse. You can go to rehab for that now. Which, hey, it's cool, but my point is, the person has to be willing to make changes in order for rehab to help. Forcing someone to do it is not going to help. If you get pulled over and say the passenger in the car has drugs and you don't, and they find them because they asked for their ID when they weren't legally supposed to. So everybody can get that charge and go to rehab. Because that's what they do. They put everybody on that charge. Another thing that they like to do. You're not innocent until proven guilty. You're guilty until proven innocent. And the county wants to get a charge from you. And they will do everything they can to get a charge from you. they guide you all the way to, if you plead guilty for this, that's why they like to give you 4 or 5 different charges. If you plead guilty to this, we'll drop this, even though you didn't do any of it. It doesn't matter. But that officer said. So, I do have to say, though, the people that were on the feed telling me to move and get out, and where's the corruption? Where's your proof of corruption at? I'm going to read a report to you in a minute. If I can find it, I might have to wait till the next video. Because I want to read this citation where the officer is clearly admitting that he is the one that's a tyrant. But the person still ended up with 7 charges, and it was an illegal search and seizure. And the driver wasn't even present during the search. So, in that case, they pushed her all the way to a guilty plea. Well, if you got 7 charges here, it doesn't matter that you weren't pulled over. It doesn't matter that they were just in your vehicle. You plead guilty to this one thing, and then we'll let it all go. No. You can pay for an attorney, and his hands are in this too. Because the thing is, all the judges and the lawyers, anybody that's working in our judicial system, and their family members own all these rehabs. So, if you got 4 people to a room, and you're getting $68,000 per person, that's why they like to keep them full. That's why they like to keep them all filled up. That's why they have to go get people all the time to fill them up. This cat almost killed himself this morning, guys. Yeah, he he got tangled up. It's not funny. He got tangled up in my purse strap in the middle of the night, and I had to get him. Now he wants to play with everything. So, anyways, there's another person I want to talk about. I have to leave her name out. So she got sent to another rehab. She's been on the ankle monitor for like 15 months in rehab. The ankle monitor, if you research it and look it up, I did. I looked it up. It states basically that it was set up for alcohol abuse. So if you agree to an ankle monitor and say you've not drank, you don't drink, and it's marijuana related, they have to put drug and alcohol abuse. Quit, Sonny. He just tried to knock the phone out. And that's how they get you your ankle monitor. Now, here's the thing, though. The ankle monitor doesn't normally count as time served. You don't get time served on that. That's because normally you wouldn't be going to rehab on an ankle monitor. But here's the thing. If you are on an ankle monitor and you go to rehab, that time is supposed to count against your sentence. And how you're able to go to several different rehabs with an ankle monitor on and still have it paid through your medical card is because you start over with a different rehab, even though it kind of goes back to the same people. You see what I'm saying? And so that $68,000 they get from you starts over, somebody else gets it, you get to do rehab over again. The sad thing is, though, that if you don't get the right judge, and I don't think there is a right judge in this town, they will not give you your time served. Because of the first law with the ankle monitor, normally you would be at home. Your jail sentence would be at home with that ankle monitor. And so there is a ordinance that states that you can have your time served if you go to rehab. Now, my friend that I'm leaving nameless, she got kicked out because of hearsay. Hearsay. The person rooming with her is in rehab with a medical card, which is number 9, by the way. So it was hearsay. It was something that was said outside of the house that this person supposedly said, and it got back to the roommate. The roommate goes and complains, gets the person with the ankle monitor kicked out. They're threatening to send her back to prison and take away her time served. And she's been on the ankle monitor for 15 months in and out of these rehabs. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. They should not be able to dangle your livelihood above your head over that. If it's labeled a medical condition and a mental illness, and your rehabs are not helping, and hearsay should not be something that just, is a reason to take away someone's freedom and life. Okay? If it doesn't stand up in court, then how come it's okay in